Hello again, everybody. Thought I'd come back and do a little video today on it's a sociological term. They call it fragmentation, and generally what fragmentation is well, I'll tell you a little bit of a background of it first. So like there's a certain thing that happens in societies, right? Or it's more so in small towns, small cities, small villages, things like that. The smaller the area, the higher the amount of sociological fragmentation that goes on. And essentially what it is when individuals interact with each other, like we do in pubs, bars, whatever, or just in social circles, there's certain things that are socially acceptable or socio-cultural norms, right? Which is, say for example, like in Carlisle, it's there's for lads that I know anyway, there's certain activities that everybody kind of gets involved in. There's a lot of people are always into martial arts and that, MMA, boxing, downhill cycling, all these different kinds of certain things, which and it might be different it may not be the whole spectrum of the city, but certainly in certain cultural groups where the social fragmentation side of it is essentially when you have to kind of give up a part of yourself or something that you like in order to not stand out or be ridiculed by the other people that are in your group. And it's a funny one because it comes in the form of banter. It comes in the form of just sitting around the pub or something, and say for example, if one of your pals come in and said, I thought I'd just take up a bit of oil paint and all that, everybody's turning heads and going, oil paint, you know what I mean? That's just an example. I've never met anyone in a pub who's turned up and said that they're doing oil paint, but it's an example. It's what would happen there is the individual straight away is, boom, you're doing something a bit mad and out there, so the spotlight's on you. And people don't generally want to be in the spotlight. They don't want to be the centre of attention. And also, we've got a bad habit of grilling each other into the ground for things like that. We'll never live it down. And it was, me and my mate were saying the other day, one of my pals, we were talking about this, and we said it as a joke, but then we were it's actually true. For a lot of people, being yourself or doing your own kind of activity yourself, it's they said it's social suicide. Some people would literally never hear the end of it. But there's a sad thing behind that, right? Because look, we all like a laugh and all that, and I've done it myself in the past before when one of your pals has come out with something that it's funny, but what it does is people shrink off and they go, I'm not saying that again, I'm not doing that again, or I'm not getting involved with that again. So you kind of you're cutting bits off yourself that you could have been happy doing and moving on towards just to fit in with everybody else. And the problem is if you think, you can actually see it, there's correlations on graphs where they show big city environments, they produce more creative people, so more musical artists, more actors, things like that, people going into little niche things mad meditation things from different parts of the world. There's somewhere that accommodates it all. There's generally a group or a culture that you can go and slot into because they're that big and vast that not everybody knows everybody. The first time I experienced that was when I lived in Sydney in Australia. It's such a huge multicultural place. I mean, there's so much variety of things to do and so many people that were just so open-minded. So yeah, that's one of the things. But how I wanted to talk about it was, I had that myself as well. I was someone who I used to do behind closed doors. Obviously, that's my guitar there. I was learning guitar for 2 years, and I'll be honest. When I was learning it, I felt embarrassed when I was just sat with it in the early days, and it's something that they call imposter syndrome. So you can, who the hell am I with a guitar? Do you know what I mean? Literally, because I've never played an instrument in my life. So you're not even holding it right. You know what I mean? You're just a bit off. And I can remember my brother, I'd be on it and I'd be tinkering away, and my brother, I'd hear my brother's door go and it'd come down, and I'd just automatically take it off and put it down because I was embarrassed. And I was realising like, no, you got to get comfortable with it. So again, get comfortable with the uncomfortable. And when he was coming down, I thought, no, just keep pinging away on it, you know. And he'd say, you on the guitar? And I'd be like, aye, like, oh, but chanting like mint, get yourself involved. And you're like, oh, sound. But for many people, they wouldn't even get to that stage because they'd be, and this is the thing, like one of the biggest causes of anxiety in people, like that makes them worry, is what the friends think of them, or what the friends make of what they're doing, or what they say about them behind the back, kind of thing. So people don't want to stand out for that very reason. So they won't like, they'll cut off a passion that they've had before, or they'll prevent themselves from doing something that'll give them loads of joy and all that they can study and work along. Because the thing is, being humans and all that, we have to have something that we're working with or growing with. Like, we love to see progression, and it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, it's a good feeling when you see yourself, something that you're passionate about and something that you're growing alongside and something that you're getting better at, you enjoy. Like, we all need something, and it doesn't have to be a guitar. It could be, like, I know a few lads who are mad into, like, drawing and art and this kind of thing. Other people are just, you know, I don't know. It could be anything. And I think if it's a healthy habit and it's not harming anybody and it's creative and all that and you enjoy it, I think everybody needs something like that in their life, and it's got to be unique to you. I moved into this house a couple of years ago, and that guitar was my mate Jimmy's, and it was just sat in the corner of the room that I was moving into. And I looked at it. Well, I was always mad into my indie music and all that, like Kooks and like Liberty, you know, who else? I've got mind blank now. Arctic Monkeys and all that kind of thing. Kaiser Chiefs, Kasabian, loved all those kind of tunes. And I've always loved that kind of music. The guitar was there, and I looked, and this was when I was starting to come up, and I wanted to test myself, and that's why I said I'm going to learn that. And I haven't. I've learned it, and I've loved every second of it, because I grew alongside that. While I was improving on that, I was improving on my own life as well. And you know, I will eventually put some music up, but you know, one step at a time. I'm not going too far. But no, I guess I just wanted to end on a little note and say we shouldn't all box each other in. And I'm not telling anybody else to kind of live their lives and that, and of course you can have a laugh and all that, but don't stunt each other's growth. Have a laugh and a giggle, man, but encourage it and all. Encourage it and everybody to get into something. I was working with, you know, I've worked with not worked with him, but there was a pal of mine a while back that, you know, he didn't want to go to the gym or out like that because he thought it'd be a shan. I thought, you know, I told him, like, he says, not at all. I told him, I says, you get yours. I said, you know, I said, if you, like, what do you want to know? I've never done it before, wouldn't know where to start, wouldn't want to embarrass myself type thing, and I get it. I'm like, I've been there before, we've all been there before when you haven't done something. You're starting off new, you're a novice. So I said, here, do you want a diet plan? Tell us the type of food that you like to eat first of all, and do you want us to do a workout plan? And you can get into it that way. Could be, and I said to him, I said, in 2-3 months time, you could be in the best shape of your life, do you know that? He was like, do you reckon? I said, 100%. Like, because it's true, I wasn't lying to him. But you've got to open that doors for themselves. They've always had limited beliefs. Like, if they've never been to the gym before, or they've never been that kind of active person, they just don't think that they're capable of it. I said, pal, if you follow that, you follow this, for 8 to 12 weeks, I guarantee you'll be in the best shape of your life. I said, but I can't keep an eye on you while you're doing it. You've got to, you know, be restricted to yourself. And I'm not joking, hats off to the lad. He was at it pretty much every other day, or every day, 3-4 times a week. He was training, and he was getting right into it and coming back, asking a bit more and all that, what else can I do? And I says to him, I says, showed him a few more bits. I said, be resourceful, get on YouTube, have a bit look, you'll see a few bits. And he's coming in, what about these ones, what about that? Honestly, the lad shed a load of weight, and he became in the best shape of his life in 2 or 3 months. Confident, he says his confidence was through the roof, and I thought, mint, that's what you want to see in folk. So yeah, I'll end on this note. Again, if it's a healthy habit, right? Sorry, if it's a what's it called? If it's healthy and you enjoy doing it, and it's not harming anybody out like that, you know, it's creative and it's something that you can grow alongside, and you've got a passion for, go for it. Because there's more courage in doing what you want to do than doing what you think everyone else will allow you to do, or won't pick you apart or rip you into the ground for. Do you know what I mean? Like that's the thing that takes real courage. So I say go for it, and you'll, do you know something? When you when you really allow yourself to get involved in something, even if it's just 10-20 minutes a day, and you're learning little bits and you're getting better and you can see it getting better, that idea that sparks a reward system in your brain. You start pumping serotonin and dopamine around your brain. It's a feel-good hormone. Your stress levels go down, so the cortisol goes down, stress levels go up, and you have a sense of accomplishment. We all need that in our lives. So on that note, enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. I hope you all have a good Saturday night, and I'll be back with a few more bits anyway in the future.